I said if there's brackets and there's a power outside, make sure you power it to everything inside the brackets. So see how this is 7 to the power of 1? Our law of powers tell us that whatever's inside that power, I have to multiply that power with the outside power. So you have to multiply 2 with 1 and you have to multiply 2 with 5 as well. So everything inside the brackets, you must multiply them. I'm going to have 7 to the power of 2 because 1 times 2 is 2, and x to the power of 5 times 2, which is 49 x to the power of 10 because 7 squared is 49. So make sure you power 2 for the 7 as well. That's very, very important. That's what a lot of people tend to forget. Again, guys, we're having brackets. Make sure you power 2 to everything. So 5 and x to the power of 6. So I'll have 5 squared times x to the power of 6 times 2. We multiply these powers, don't we? Times 2 cubed. So you have to cube the 2 as well. And then you have to multiply these powers. So x to the power of 4 times 3. Okay? So see how 2 has a power of 1 and 5 has a power of 1? So you can think it the same way. It's going to be 1 times 2, which goes there, and 1 times 3, which goes there. Okay, so basically we're applying the same rule. And then simplify it. 5 squared is 25, 6 times 2 is 12, 2 cubed is 8, 4 times 3 is 12. So see how the numbers, we're multiplying, so we can just multiply them and put them out the front. So like that, 25 times 8 goes out the front. And see how here, they both have the same base of x. And we're multiplying, so what do we do when we're multiplying? We add the indices. So we're going to add 12 and 12 together, which becomes 25 times 8 is 200, and 12 plus 12 is 24. So that's how I simplify them in a step-by-step process. Very similar, let's do it the same way as we did with the previous question. Do it individually, but this time, remember, it's divide, okay? So we're going to do 4 cubed times x to the power of 3 times 3. We multiply the powers, divide by 2 squared, and we multiply the indices here, 4 times 2. And simplify it. 4 cubed is 64, 3 times 3 is 9. 2 squared is 4, 4 times 2 is 8. And we're dividing, so we'll divide the numbers in front together and then the other pronumerals together. So we'll have to go, but when we're dividing, guys, what do we do with the powers? Subtract them, don't we? So we're going to go 64 divided by 4. We'll put that out the front, so the numbers always just go out the front together. And the x's, because they have the same base of x, and we're dividing, we'll subtract the indices. So we'll go 9 minus 8 on the power of x. And simplify, 64 divided by 4 is 16, 9 minus 8 is 1, so it's just x to the power of 1. But you don't have to write the 1 there, it's just x. Okay, we've got a fraction and we've got some brackets, but what I always like to do is see if I can simplify whatever's inside the bracket first. What I'm going to do is try to simplify inside the bracket first. See how I have the same base, x, and when we have a fraction, we mean division, so we're dividing. So when we divide, we subtract the indices. So I'm going to go 11 minus 3 for the power of x, and now I've got rid of the fraction, which is x to the power of 8. And then when we have brackets like this, we multiply. So we'll have x to the power of 8 times 4, which is 32, x to the power of 32. So I'm going to try to get rid of all this bracket first. So we'll leave everything else as it is, and we'll go 2 cubed. And then we go x to the power of 3 times 3. We multiply the powers together. And we simplify it by gathering the numbers together out the front. So 9 times 2 cubed is 8. And the 12 goes on the denominator. And then the pronumerals we keep. And I just simplified this. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 8 divided by 12, that should just be 6. You guys can simplify that. And see here, guys, we're multiplying, so we add the indices. So we go 13 plus 9. And we're dividing by x to the power of 14, so we subtract the indices here. So it's going to be 14, subtract 14. And that's going to be 13 plus 9 minus 14 is 8, so the answer is 6x to the power of 8.